Joel, when you have an opportunity to get on the field on Sunday to show your foot speed and your agility on the field drills, really, what do you want to impress the scouts most with?
I just want to show scouts that I'm dominant, and competitive. I think that's the biggest thing in this competition. I think there's like 50 defensive tackles or defensive linemen all together. So to just be able to have a separation of ability, separation of numbers, and being able to be in the top. I want to be a top competitor.
What does it say about the Michigan State defense to have 3 linemen here in the combine?
We had depth. I think that was the biggest thing. And on top of that, being able to have guys who at every position were dominant, that's huge. That's huge in terms of our defensive line and what it showed about, our strengths, as a team, as Michigan State, and just being able to bring all that together.
When you have an opportunity to visit with them, I know they like to go over and review plays with you. How much does it help, though, coming from a pro-style system like Michigan State?
It's very good because it's refreshing to know that a lot of the stuff that the coaches are analyzing and talking about are very similar to what we ran as an offense and defense, and so it's good. It makes it a smooth transition.
When you look back at your career, part of the winningest senior class, 43 wins, 2 Big Ten championships, 3 straight top 10 finishes. As you look back, what are you proudest of?
Just the chemistry. And I think that's the biggest thing about Michigan State is our chemistry, and I think that's why we win. Just being able to have all the guys together and have those components and just put all the pieces together, and everybody just loves each other.
Talk about your relationship with your position coach Ron Burton and also your relationship with Coach D'Antonio.
Coach Burton, funny guy, energetic, passionate about what he does, love him to death. He's done so much for me in terms of improving my technique as a defensive tackle, but also improving myself as a man, being able to take things forward in terms of my aggression and how I do things has always been huge, and he's done a great job with that. And you say Coach D? Coach D, I love him to death, man. He's been there for me for 4.5 years, and even in high school, going into college, he's an amazing man. His faith is what kept me there, is what keeps me there, as a Michigan State Spartan, and it's always good to be back.
Now, most of the guys fly here to the Combine. Is there any truth to the rumor that you drove Shalik here for the Combine?
It would be a surprise to say I didn't because he doesn't have a car and he hasn't had one for like 4.5 years. But nonetheless, no, I did not. He drove. He came from Florida. I came from Cincinnati.
You guys had a special relationship, though. I know that.
Yeah, I was always driving him around to interviews, but yeah, we're brothers, man. I'll do anything for him, and he'll do the same.
Expectations will remain high for this football program. Obviously, there's a lot of big shoes to fill, but you don't expect there to be any drop-off whatsoever, do you?
No, not with the guys that we had behind us. That's why we had such great depth, because we had great guys behind us to be able to, come in when we needed to and have that same push, same drive, and I don't think there should be any drop-off.
3 starters are gone from that defensive line. Who are some of your younger guys that the fans should be looking for to kind of make their mark this year?
Well, we should all know Malik McDowell. I've always hyped him up. He's an amazing player, has incredible wiggle. Enoch Smith, especially Damon Knox. This is his 6th year. He should step up and take on a big role, which I think would be really good. And Coop. Coop is going to be great. He's going to be a really good player for Michigan State as a defensive end.
You mentioned Malik. Riley Bull is back at middle linebacker. You got Monte Nicholson at the safety position. How important is it for the defense to be strong up the middle like that?
It's huge. I mean, that's where most plays are in. Up the middle. And if you can stop the middle, you stop a lot of big plays from being made. And in particular, you can minimize a lot of yardage.